One. Now the videos I'm gonna make is on the topic circle theorems, and this is the very first video on the topic of circle theorems. Basically in this video I'm going to explain the terms or the vocabulary which is used for the circle theorems. So the first thing is what a circle is. Here I have drawn this circle. Basically, when we draw a shape like circles, ellipses, or any particular shape in the mathematics, so it is called a locus. Locus is basically a path which is formed under certain conditions. So if I say the circle is basically a path which is formed under a condition that first we take a fixed point. Okay, let's say its name is F. We always take a fixed point, and then the condition is that circle is a path which is formed, or circle is a locus which is formed by taking all the points which are at a constant or a fixed distance from this center point or the fixed point. So let's say I am taking all these points. I may take many points, but I am showing you a few of them. So I am taking all these points. These points, if I find out their distance from this fixed point F, it is same. Let's say this is 3 centimeter. This will also be 3 centimeter. All these distances are 3 centimeter. So if you get a path which is formed by taking a fixed distance from a fixed point in all the different directions, then the path you will form by joining those points is known as a circle. So circle is a locus of all the points which are at a fixed distance from the fixed point, which is known as the center of the circle. Now when you form this whole thing, this point is usually represented as O, but it's not mandatory. You can take any name for this point, but this is a fixed point. Now next comes the radius. What is the meaning of radius? When we take the center of the circle, let's say this point is O, and this is a path which is formed by the circle, or this is a circle. If you take any point on this circle and you find the distance between the fixed point and any point on the circle, this fixed distance between the fixed point and any point on the circumference or on the circle is known as radius. So all of these are radius: OA, OB, OC and OD. These all are the radius. Next comes diameter. Now what is the meaning of diameter? Let's say this is the fixed point which is the center of the circle. You take any point on this circle and draw a line which is joining this point on the circle to the center, and if you continue extending it, it touches the another point on the circle. So this line is known as the diameter. So basically diameter is a line which is joining the two endpoints on the circle, but the condition is that line must pass through the center. If I take these 2 points and I join them, these 2 points, let's say they are A1 and B1, they are on the circle but they are not passing through the center. So this is not a diameter. A1, B1 is not a diameter, but AB, this is a diameter because it is passing through the center, and it must be a straight line. You cannot draw the line like this way. Like if I say CD, no, this is not a diameter. Next comes circumference. Now circumference is this whole path. This is a circumference of a circle, this circular part. When I talk about the area of the circle, area is the space which is inside the circle. This is the area of the circle. Now next point is arc. Most of these terms you will know, but I'm sure some of the points you need to go through for sure. Now what is an arc? If you see this circumference, this is a curved part. When I say arc, so you can choose any 2 points on this circle. Let's say I'm choosing this point P and this point is Q. So this curved path PQ, this is known as an arc, and it is shown something like this. So PQ is an arc, so I will be showing PQ with the circular arc on the top of it. Then comes sector. Now sector is formed, sector is basically an area. Sector is an area. It is formed between the two radii. So I will draw two radii. What is the radius? It is the distance between the center of the circle and any point on the circle. So I draw one radius as OA and another radius as, let's say, OB. Now this area between these 2 points and this O, this area is known as the sector. So we have a sector which is called AOB. Okay. Then comes minor arc and major arc. So what is the meaning of minor arc and the major arc? For example, I am taking one arc here. I am taking 2 points and I take this arc AB. Now when I say AB, it is this arc. So I have to show this is a small arc. So I will say minor arc because it is small in size. AB. And if I start choosing it from the another place, let's say here, this way. So this is the major arc AB. So that is the major arc. Means it is different on the basis of the lengths. I can call it again AB, but this is the major arc. So we completed both of these, minor arc and major arc. Then comes minor segment. Segment is like a part. So if I take this circle and I divide it into 2 parts, these 2 parts need not to be equal. So if one part is between this line and this part of the circle, that is one circular arc, this is a smaller part. So we call it minor segment. And then there is another part which is this one, which is the between this line and this circular part. This is known as the major segment. Now the most important thing here is there is a special name for this line. This line is joining the 2 points on the circle, but it is not passing through the center. It is also having a special name, and that name is called chord. Sometimes students, they get confused between segment and the sector. So segment means it is an area between the chord and one arc of the circle, whereas sector, when we talk about, it is an area between the two radii. Radii is plural of radius, and one arc of the circle. So major segment is done. Next term comes perpendicular line. For example, I have this line segment AB and it has a fixed length and 2 endpoints for A and B. Let's say this is 4 centimeter. If I draw a perpendicular on it, means it will be a line which will make an angle of 90 degree with AB. So let's say I draw CD and I made this angle, this is 90 degree. So if CD is making an angle of 90 degree with this line AB, we will call CD is perpendicular to AB. This is a sign of perpendicular. Then second comes bisector. Bisector means 2 sections and they will be equal. So if you draw another line segment AB, you can take any particular length, let's say it is 6 centimeter. You draw a line such that it divides AB into 2 equal parts. The line you can draw like this, you can draw like this also, you can draw like this also. All these lines, let's say this is CD, this is PQ and this is WX. All these lines are dividing this AB into 2 equal parts. So we can call this CD, or we can call this CD, or we can call this PQ or this XW as the bisectors. So there is a difference between bisector and perpendicular. Perpendicular you can draw at any point, but bisector should pass through the middle of the line. What if we combine these 2 points together? Perpendicular bisector. So perpendicular bisector is again a line. It has both the features of being a bisector and perpendicular. So perpendicular lines, it means it will be making an angle of 90°, and bisector means it will pass through the center. So this is the center. The line will pass through the center and it should make an angle of 90°. So now if I draw this line CD, I will call this is the perpendicular bisector. So in this video, I described almost every term which was required to understand the vocabulary of the circle theorems, which we will be using in our upcoming videos based on circle theorems. I hope everything will be clear to you. If you have any question, please let me know. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you.